Started to feel better and better as the summer went on. Played a lot. Just getting worn down, but I was ready to keep on going.
Rickie Fowler didn't just disappear from golf in 2025. He got erased. 9 tournaments, 0 top 10s for a guy who once had the world watching his every swing. This wasn't a slump. This was a complete freefall. His world ranking crashed to 25th, and for the first time in over a decade, Fowler was clinging to his PGA Tour card like a lifeline. The golden boy of golf wasn't chasing trophies anymore. He was just trying to make cuts. Fans weren't angry, they were worse. They were forgetting him. And in sports, being forgotten is a death sentence. But then something happened at the Truist Championship that nobody saw coming. One round that flipped everything. One performance that had the entire golf world asking, is Rickie Fowler actually back? Or did we just witness the last gasp of a dying career? Here's where the story gets brutal. By the time the Truist Championship rolled around in May, Fowler wasn't even qualified to play. He didn't earn his spot through points or rankings. He got in Hajjishes on a sponsor's exemption, basically a charity invite based on who he used to be, not who he was anymore. It was a favor, a nostalgic nod to the star he once was. Some saw it as a farewell tour, others saw it as embarrassing. But sometimes that's all a comeback needs, one single shot at redemption. That invite wasn't just a favor though. It was a quiet message saying maybe you've still got something left. But here's the twist. Most players treat sponsor exemptions like a goodbye tour. Rickie Fowler turned it into rocket fuel. This wasn't about gratitude or nostalgia. This was pure desperation mixed with raw determination. He felt the pressure, heard the whispers, saw the doubt in everyone's eyes. Reporters openly questioned why he even belonged in the field. And Fowler didn't waste energy defending himself. He flipped the entire narrative in one brutal quote to ESPN. "The negativity actually helps me. It motivates me to prove people wrong." That wasn't empty talk. That was a warning shot. Golf might be about rhythm and patience, but Fowler brought pure emotion to Philadelphia. The world had counted him out completely. The rankings buried him alive. But he hadn't forgotten who he was. And when the Truist Championship began on May 8, 2025 at the historic Philadelphia Cricket Club, a course so brutally difficult it punishes even the slightest hesitation, Rickie didn't just return to form. He absolutely exploded back onto the scene. The course was merciless. Tight fairways, tricky greens, and zero mercy for anyone whose game was even slightly off. Rickie Fowler had every reason to crumble under that pressure. But that Thursday morning changed everything. Steady on the early holes, clean pars building confidence. Then came holes 4, 5, and 6, and suddenly it was vintage Fowler. Birdie, birdie, birdie. Confident swings, fearless putts, and suddenly the scoreboard lit up with red numbers. The kind of explosive run that doesn't whisper. It screams. As Fowler hit the back 9, his rhythm came fully alive. Smooth swings, laser-focused eyes, every move filled with purpose. Then came the 16th hole, and the shot that made everyone remember why they loved watching him. A 25-foot downhill breaker that most pros would play conservatively. Fowler read it perfectly, committed completely, and drained it right in the heart. The crowd absolutely erupted. That wasn't luck. That was focus, swagger, and pure belief. When his final putt dropped on 18, the scoreboard told a story nobody predicted. A stunning 63, 7 under par, tied with Colin Morikawa and just 2 shots behind Keith Mitchell's blazing 61. But that day wasn't about Mitchell or Morikawa. It was about the comeback nobody saw coming. Fowler was counted out, written off, dismissed as yesterday's news. Yet there he was, right near the top, and he made no apologies for it. If you're hooked on this comeback story, smash that like button and subscribe because Rickie's journey gets even more dramatic. That Unity 3 wasn't a lucky round. It was a statement, a warning to every player and analyst who had stopped saying his name. Rickie Fowler had his fire back, and Philadelphia was the perfect place to let it explode. This wasn't a feel-good moment or lucky Thursday. It was proof that Rickie Fowler wasn't done, not even close. You could see it in everything he did. No smiles, no winks, none of that old charm. Just laser focus and quiet intensity. Every swing looked like it meant something deeper. When the round ended, he didn't celebrate wildly. He just nodded once, signed his card calmly, and walked off with steady purpose. He wasn't chasing approval anymore. He was reclaiming who he was. And then came the ripple effect. Headlines exploded everywhere. Rickie turns back the clock. Fowler lights up the Truist. ESPN, Golf Monthly, PGA Tour Live, everyone was talking about him again. His loyal fans, the ones with orange hats who never stopped believing, were all in again. Social media blew up with clips of that putt on 16. Comments poured in like a flood. Vintage Rickie. Golf's better with him in it. It wasn't just hype, it was genuine relief, like seeing an old friend remind you why you believed in them. For years, Fowler had been known for close calls and heartbreaking finishes. But after this round, he wasn't just what could have been anymore. He was what might still be. Suddenly, his PGA Championship invite didn't look like a nostalgic favor. It looked completely earned. No one questioned it anymore. Fans started wondering if this was just a spark or the beginning of something massive. What's different this time? Rickie Fowler isn't chasing attention desperately. He's owning it. No manufactured drama, no flashy campaigns, just pure, undeniable performance. That 63 didn't feel like nostalgia. It felt like a warning to everyone who'd counted him out. The kind of round that says you forgot about me. And that was a massive mistake. He didn't ask for respect, he demanded it. According to ESPN, Fowler's 2025 stats started showing something nobody had seen in years. Real consistency. His scoring average was dropping steadily. His putting was deadly sharp again inside 10 feet. And even without a win yet, his momentum was rising fast. He was climbing the earnings list through solid performances. That's not just skill returning, that's influence. Proof that the golf world still pays attention when Rickie Fowler swings. Just days before the PGA Championship lineup locked in, another quiet headline dropped. Rickie Fowler received a special exemption to compete. No massive hype, just belief. The PGA of America didn't owe him anything, but they gave him everything he needed. This wasn't a thank you invite. It was trust earned through years of what he's meant to the game. The PGA Championship doesn't hand out spots easily. It's one of golf's 4 majors, the biggest stages in the entire sport. So when Fowler's name appeared on that list, it meant something profound. This wasn't sympathy, it was a spotlight, validation that the game still believes in Rickie Fowler. And that belief just reignited his competitive fire completely. You don't hand Rickie Fowler a golden opportunity and expect him to stay quiet. He used it as pure fuel. He didn't walk into the PGA Championship as a grateful guest. He walked in as a legitimate threat. The guy who'd been counted out so many times before was back, and he was ready to shake up the entire tournament. Fowler isn't just climbing leaderboards anymore. He's forcing his way back into the biggest conversations in professional golf. Every special invite has an expiration date, but he's turning his into potential history. This isn't a comeback built on hype or nostalgia. It's built on grit, determination, and actual results nobody can deny. In a wild season full of surprises, one question keeps echoing louder. Could Rickie Fowler be the biggest comeback story of them all? Trophy or not, he's already proving one thing. Rickie's not done, not even close. His fire's burning again, his meme is sharp and dangerous, and the story is still being written in real time. The golden boy of golf might have disappeared for a while, but he's clawing his way back with everything he's got. And if that 63 in Philadelphia was just the beginning, the golf world better get ready. Because Rickie Fowler's comeback isn't just heating up, it's about to set the entire sport on fire.